So this session has two aims. The first is to provoke some discomfort about the split that our industry is allowed to evolve between what's considered brand marketing on the one hand and what's considered direct response marketing on the other. And the second is to seek some enlightenment about why and how that split can be bridged. So let's start by grounding everybody in the context. So online advertising practitioners, again, have come to divide their work into two categories. On one hand, we have branding campaigns. These are campaigns that try to fuse some kind of association or feeling with the brand. Coke adds life. Built Ford tough. Tends to be measured within our industry and within marketing sciences with surveys where the outcome or metrics like awareness and favorability, association and intent. And on the other hand, we have direct response campaigns. These are ads that typically have some online action. That's the primary objective. And those are the ads that say, click here, buy now, save today, right? And those tend to be measured in terms of click and visit, online search, and conversion. The separation we notice at Compete sometimes is even reinforced organizationally, that entirely different groups will be involved in these two different activities, right? Just recently, a conversation with a global hotel company, different group for direct response, for branding, and then separate groups still for such activities as online search marketing. Some clients tend to link Compete in our data more naturally, I think, with direct response. But that's become increasingly uncomfortable, and not just because we like to be involved in the sexy business of brand building, as I think this whole summit's whole summit's been about. But because we also can't shake the feeling that this wall might be preventing our clients from having their greatest possible brand building success. So does this wall between branding and direct response separate us from the truth about marketing effectiveness? It's a critical question. Now, so where should we look for answers? Now, for breakthrough insights, some people will consult a guru. We can credit the Sikh religion for providing us the notion of a guru. Sikhs consult the sacred texts written by these 10 gurus for guidance. I read a few. They don't say anything about direct response or about online awareness. Frustrated, I went for a walk on the beach.
There's a little bit about persuasion. But
there may be about persuasion, yeah. So I took a walk on the beach, and you can scarcely imagine my delight when I suddenly encountered Ken Mallon, the brand measurement guru of Miami Beach. Of
now
course
listen, I knew you were going to Photoshop this, but what I didn't realize is that the only thing you were going to Photoshop is the hair. So I'm...
Yeah. You've been working out, Ken. You've been working out.
I thought you would take this too far, and I'm glad to see you knew the boundaries.
Here we go. Look good, though. So we're lucky to have Ken as our guru here today. Ken's a 25-year research veteran. He's applied research methods.
I started when I was 8. My elementary school in 2nd grade had a fantastic program, and just keep going, Kyle. You're on a roll. You're on a roll.
It's been downhill since there for you. But at Dynamic Logic, Ken heads the custom solutions team, providing specialized research and consulting services to top clients. And before Dynamic Logic, Ken helped create a bunch of notable stuff at Yahoo, its internal data mining group, so think 1999, its behavioral targeting system, and data collection and advertising products, including the notable Consumer Direct. And we've been working at Compete with Dynamic Logic and Ken for about a year now, and have come to really respect him, both for his unmatched expertise in how we measure and find ways to measure brand equity, and also for his readiness to look for solutions beyond kind of his immediate product set. Anyway, I asked Ken about this wall dividing branding and direct response, and his first response to us is direct response ads aren't just generating direct response. Ken, can you maybe walk us through this?
Thanks, Kyle, for the very first slide where he calls on me is filled with a bunch of data points. Thanks a lot for that, Kyle. So where does data come from? Dynamic Logic has been in the business for over 10 years of measuring the branding impact of online ad campaigns. And this is, it was done in a really standardized way. I think probably everyone in this room knows Nick Nine, who I think is not here today, but was really a visionary about it because he was very rigid with clients in the beginning to make sure that they captured the same amount of information campaign after campaign after campaign. What this allowed Dynamic Logic to do is create a normative database, because all the questions are always asked the same way. And this year, for example, we're going to do about 1,000 of these campaigns that we were measuring. And so we have now a database of over 6,000 campaigns. And so we're able to calculate all kinds of norms. To do this particular research, we went and hand categorized a bunch of ads as being having a call to action or not. We called it a clear call to action. So these are some of the things you're kind of talking about, like time-based offers, coupon, buy now, click here. And so we had some people on my team who are in the categorization group actually go through the ads and check boxes and enter all the data for that. And then we did the analysis to see how do they differ. And what you can see is we calculated things like impact on brand awareness. So a typical ad with a call to action impacts 2% of people. And ads without a call to action also impact 2% of people. And so regardless of whether or not you have this nice call to action, you're going to generate awareness in about 2 out of every 100 people who see the ads. And if you look at the rest of the statistics, you can see pretty close balance between call to action, lack of call to action when you look at brand favorability, purchase intent, and so forth. One of the things I wanted to point out, though, is that's average ads. So this is average looking at thousands of ads. What about the top ads? When we isolated just the top performing ads, ones that had call to action impacted 4%. You can see ones without call to action impacted approximately the same, 3.6%. And so even amongst the top performers, it didn't matter. On average, it didn't matter. When we looked at how often do they lift brand awareness, how often do they lift purchase intent, it's about half of the time, whether you have call to action or not. So in the end, it looks like it doesn't really matter if it's direct response or not. They both have branding impact at the same rates.